Today, we are together announcing an investment package to mobilize 4.7 billion euro in South Africa, and this is in both our interest. It includes funding for the clean energy transition, but also funding to boost vaccine manufacturing. South Africa wants to protect the health of its people as well as your autonomy and your local industries. We Europeans want to diversify some of our most critical supply chains, and we know that viruses know no borders. So that is what I call a true mutual interest.
This is a good news and a bad news at the same time. It is a good news because Western countries are supporting an African country, South Africa, a country that consists of many different races, which it is called the Rainbow Nation. It actually consists of white people, black people, Indians, Chinese, coloreds, all sorts of race. But the bad news here is that all these fundings are going into the pockets of the politicians.
Our people working the land is a historic objective that needs to be attained. We are in the process of ensuring that we do give our land or the land to our people. I will admit that we've been slow. We have not been as fast as we ought to have been, but at the same time, a number of agricultural economists do testify to the fact that progress is being made, and it is being made in a determined manner. And when we look at the agricultural sector itself, where land is a very important ingredient, we do find that, yes, the participation of black people is still at the lower level, but it is said that it is increasing. What we need to do is to hasten that process.
I have been asking myself this question again, that you still want the white man in your life to survive, but you still want to take the land from them. You've forgotten that the European Union is actually part of the Afrikaners. If I say they are part of them, you may get it complicated. The Afrikaners are Dutch settlers in South Africa since the year 1652. And if I talk about Dutch, I'm talking about the Netherlands, which is part of the European Union. So you take their money and you take the land from their people. What sense is in this? What sense is in this? I'm repeating. There's no sense in this. So if you want the money from the white man to survive, then you must leave the land from the white man to farm, so that he can continue feeding you, because you cannot take care of yourself. You are not capable of managing your own affairs. This is sad for Africa. This money, this 4.7 billion euros, might be a jubilation for some South Africans, especially the politicians. But at the long run, it will come back and hit the nation. This is the question I always ask myself. As a continent like Africa, let us even put South Africa aside. As a continent like Africa, we always go for loans from the Western countries. We always go and beg for money from the Western countries. Meanwhile, what we have here in Africa, none of the Western countries have such natural mineral resources. But yet, we go to beg all the time. Why must this happen? Is it our leaders or it is us, the citizens? Who must we blame? This is how the leadership of South Africa can create a sustainable economy for the country. It is good to teach your citizens how to fish rather than giving them fish all the time, because they cannot always rely on you to get their daily bread. You must teach them how to fish. You must keep your citizens skilled. The system of education in South Africa must be checked, because it is pure theory. You must teach them practical. That is why Zimbabweans come to South Africa to build houses. Most houses in South Africa are being built by Zimbabweans because they are skilled. Most salons in South Africa are being owned by Ghanaians because they are skilled. Most mechanic shops are being owned by Nigerians. The world is actually shifting from theory to practicals. And I've been in South Africa for quite a long, and this is a fact. Most of the citizens don't have any skills. And as the world is shifting from theory to practicals, it makes them useless. Excuse me by my language. So the government must check their education system. And secondly, the money that is being given to the citizens monthly, I'm talking about the 350 rands that is being given to the citizens who are not working monthly must be cancelled. I know some citizens will be angry by me talking about this money that is being given to them. But that is the truth. The government must rather teach you guys how to fish than to fish for you. Because at the long run, it will come against you. This 350 cannot build a mansion. This 350 cannot take care of you the whole month. It will rather make you a lazy person.
I want to further say that South Africa, despite us being called a third world nation, we are more wealthier than the USA.
If South Africa is that rich, I don't think they will be seeking fundings from the European Union and the US. I don't think so. There's no money in the coffers. It's empty. That is the reality. So those who are deceiving themselves that South Africa is rich, South Africa is that, stop it. That is not the truth. South Africa is rich in this way, in this manner. Let me tell you, the economy is being run by the minority. That is the white Afrikaners. Those people you want to chase away. And I think if they are going, they won't leave the world behind. I don't think so. In South Africa, the black people think that farming is something that is being reserved for the poor. But the farmers in South Africa are the richest. I'm talking about the Afrikaners. They are the richest. Actually, the richest people in the world, most of them are farmers. Farming is a very good occupation, which the black people in South Africa must engage themselves in. It is very good. I know the government has made their citizens blind for them not to know the truth. They give them this 350 so that they can vote for them every time. But you vote for the ANC all the time, but you remain in poverty. Because one, you don't have any skill. Two, you are being given 350 monthly. And 350 cannot earn you a livelihood. That is the truth. You are having children. You are having grandchildren. Your children are going to also depend on the 350. Your grandchildren are also going to depend on the 350. What is the future going to look like? A word to the wise, it is always enough. Like the video, share it, let it reach some wider audience out there. Press or click the subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel to help us grow. My name is Don Cyrus. I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you.